it's Sherry. I am here in my craft room. This is Hecate's Needle. It is July 10th, Thursday, 2025. Welcome. Everybody, welcome. I want to start off with saying thank you. For whatever reason, I have recently gotten an uptick in subscribers. So thank you. I'm glad you're here. Everyone is welcome in my craft room. We are joined today by the lovely Artemis. She is here. I have no cats in the room with me. They are currently, I think Hecate and Jellybean are on my bed asleep. And Snickers is on the kitchen counter in his basket. So that's where they were the last time I saw them. So today I don't have any starts, don't have any finishes. I do have some progress. I worked on 4 different projects. I have a little bit of crochet. And that's about it. It's been a sort of quiet time the last 2 weeks. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, so first up we have cross stitch. Now for cross stitch, I've worked on 4 different projects. I haven't had any finishes, no new starts. I can't make any new starts for a while. For those of you who are new, I made a rule for myself that I am going to get my whip count down. Now, I have gotten it down a little bit since the beginning of the year, but for every 3 finishes, I'm allowed to start 1 project until I get my whip count down to about 7. 7 works for me. I find that when I have 7 projects, each of them gets substantial attention each month, and I make more progress with them, as opposed to just little bits of progress on each one every month, which doesn't work for me. I don't like that. I get too stressed out. So, the 4 projects I worked on. Sorry, Artemis bumped the table or desk. It's not an earthquake. First project I worked on is in my little cat bag, made by me. And this one is the Vampirum by Noctiflora Designs. When it is finished, it will look like that. When you last saw it, it looked like that. Now, in my last video, I had said, let me move my needle minder. It's in the middle of the design. I had said I was going to work on it until I finished a piece, because this was a stitch along from last year. However, I changed that because the piece I'm working on is a big central piece. And so that's, a couple thousand stitches. So I changed it to 500 stitches. Now, that being said, I did make some progress. It now looks like that. Now the part I worked on, I put in these 2 little crosses, and then I've been working on this guy right here. I have finished this wing. I have almost finished the body, I suppose. So this is the part I am working on now, this creature. But as I said, he is considerable in size. So I put it at 500 stitches. Although I did do more than that. Technically, I actually have notes today. That doesn't mean I'm going to be any more organized than normal, but you know, I have them. But I put in 1,132 stitches, and that put it at 39% complete. So I did do a lot, but he is the one I'm working on. Now this is being stitched on a 14 count Aida. It is from Witch's Garden Crafts, and it's in the color Batavia. This was a fabric she dyed specifically for this stitch along, and while I think it's beautiful, I love it, I think I would have preferred a lighter fabric because a lot of this purple doesn't show up. It just kind of blends in, and I don't like that. But I mean, it's still beautiful. And the design is still beautiful. So that's that one. The next one I worked on was the Dark Elf 1 by Winkin', Blinkin' and Odd. Now this one is being housed in my Dragons and Towers bag. Again, made by me. This one is a big one. It is my big full coverage piece. And it will look like that. So this one is just being stitched on a 16 count plain white Aida. Since it's full coverage, there's no point in using a fancy fabric or anything. When you last saw it, it looked like that. Now, I put some considerable work into this one the past 2 weeks. I worked on it for 3 days, and it now looks like that. Now, I know it's hard to tell because they're all dark colors, but there are actually 3 different colors in this. It's not just all black. There is black, there is a deep dark navy blue, and then down here you can see there's a really, really dark magenta color. But I've gotten that much done. Now on this one I put in 1,532 stitches, and that actually put it at 4%. And when I picked it up, it was at less than 1%. So that's progress. I'll take it. But I got tired of stitching in all those dark colors and those little bitty squares, so I needed a break. Now the next one I worked on is being housed in my little watermelon bag, again made by me. This one is one of my newer ones, and it is the Lemon Study by Yasmin's Made with Love, and it will look like that. This one is part of the Fruit Garden series. I want to say there's like 10 of them in the series. I have 4 of the patterns. I have the lemon, I have the pomegranate, I have the strawberry, and I have the grapes. Now I will get the rest of them because my husband wants me to do the entire series so we can hang it in the kitchen. And I love them. I think they're beautiful. And oh my gosh, quick and easy to stitch up. They really are. But when you last saw it, it looked like that. Now this is being stitched on a Oh, I just threw things on the floor because of course I did. I always do. It wouldn't be me if I didn't. I believe this is a 14 count Aida, and it's just a deep blue. But this is where it is now. I have completely finished the frame, which is beautiful. I love it. And I've begun on the leaves here. As I said, this one is an absolute joy to stitch on. It is fast, easy. You don't have to worry about confetti or color changes. You just sit down and before you know it, you've done, several stitches. So that's my progress on that one. And I managed to put in 1,431 stitches, which puts it at 56% done. Now I am stitching this with an over-dye floss. It's from Forbidden Fiber Co. and it is in the color Highlighter. And this was the brightest lemon yellow I could find, which is what I wanted. As you can see, I've almost finished this one, but I got 2, so I should have plenty. But yeah, that's what I'm using to stitch this one. And I enjoy it. When I start getting kind of tired of stitching on, say, the dark elf, with the little bitty stitches all in dark colors, so you end up with the eye strain, I work on that one because it's quick and easy. Okay, and the last one I worked on, and I just pulled it out this morning. I just spun the wheel and it landed on there this morning. It is being housed in my little black kitty bag made by me with my little Hecate. Sorry. This one was a stitch along from 2023. It is The 4 Elements by Satsuma Street, and it will look like this. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. Now, when you last saw it, it looked like that. But since I pulled it out, and like I said, I just started working on it this morning, so I've only done 133 stitches. But that's where it's at now. Now, as you can see, I have completely finished the water element, and I have begun working on earth. And I color complete with this one because it's usually blocks of color and they're easy to count. So I've been working on this green color here and filling it in. But this is where I'm at. Okay. Like I said, I only put in 133 stitches this morning. It is currently at 32% complete. But I want to stitch on this until I've got in a good, I would say probably 1,500 stitches. I want to make some progress on this one before I put it away. Now it's being stitched on a 14 count Aida. It's just black. I'm using all DMC floss, all the called for colors. I think the pattern's beautiful as is, so I didn't see any reason to change any of it. I love the way the colors pop on the black fabric. I'm really liking how that's turning out. But those are the 4 I've worked on. Now, plants. my plans. And let me get this. Those of you who've been here for a while, you know, I make myself a check sheet every year so that I can stay on track, because my ADHD brain, that's just how it works. If I don't have it written down, it just goes whoosh. It goes away. It flies away without a care in the world. So I've made myself a check sheet with all of my projects. Now, since we moved at the beginning of the year, the first 3 months, January, February, and March, are blacked out because I was only just stitching whenever I could. Mostly I was moving, packing, unpacking, that kind of thing. But as you can see, I've been working on it, and I'm slowly but surely catching up. The 4 elements are the only one I have left for May. And I need to do 500 stitches each month on it, which is why I said I want to do about 1,500 stitches, because that would complete May, June, and July. And I am really trying to catch up. As you can see, I only have 3 little spots here that I need to catch up before it is completely caught up. And I think I can do that within the next couple weeks before my next video. Hopefully. The only ones I have, like I said, the 4 elements is the only one I have left for May. For June, it's the Deadly Aquarium and the 4 elements, and then I'll be caught up. So, I'm doing good. My plans are to continue like I've been doing. Basically, I spin my wheel, and whatever project it lands on, for each month I do 500 stitches, except for my black work design. The botanical black work, obviously that's black work, so just however many squares. And I think I have it set at 2 squares. So I spin the wheel, do 2 squares, and then whatever I do extra, that's fine. Because sometimes I will go over. But everything else is 500 stitches. Like I said, I changed the vampirum because that one piece that I'm working on is so big. But I'm just going to continue spinning the wheel. I'm going to get that all caught up and then just relax and keep going with what I'm doing. I do need to still start my daughter's Christmas stitching. So I will likely do that this month, which it's a small one, so it won't take me long to do. It's a bookmark, but I'm not going to do it as a bookmark. I am going to do it as a wall plaque. So those are my plans. I'm not stitching anything for my son this year. Just not. Usually what I stitch for him are bigger projects, and I don't have time right now. I would have had to have started that in January, and with the moving and everything else, I just couldn't. I couldn't, so I didn't, and he's fine with that. Now, as for acquisitions, this is a low buy year for me. However, I did get some things. I did go to Hobby Lobby and pick up some floss that I was out of. Yay, that's exciting, isn't it? These are colors that I was either out of or I was almost out of. So I did pick those up. The next thing I got was the Just Cross Stitch Halloween magazine, special edition. I already did a video flip through of this. I will try and insert a thing somewhere here or here or here, wherever I can. I'll figure it out with a link to the video for that. There are some cute projects in it. There are some that I will do And as usual, there are some my husband wants me to do. He particularly likes the free hugs. That's his favorite one. And the last thing I got was a mystery kit from Forbidden Fiber Co. And it was the fairy garden, which was very cute. And I also did a video unboxing this, which I will attempt to link somewhere. Somewhere. With a link to that. But I was very happy with this, and I'd like to start it soon because it's very cute, and it looks like it's going to be a simple, quick pattern, so I don't think it will take me long to do it. Now, any other cross-stitch news? Not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, so a week from this Saturday, is the Midsummer Stitch. That is the virtual retreat by Lindy Stitches. I have signed up for that, so I will be participating in that. I did the Jingle Ball last Christmas for the very first time and really enjoyed it. So my husband actually pushed me and said, no, do this one. That was really cool. He was actually in the room. He wasn't on camera with me, but he was in the room while I was doing the Jingle Ball, and he just thought that was the coolest thing ever, especially the speed dating thing. So he pushed me to do it again for this one, and I imagine he'll be sitting in the room with me again. To be fair, when he's home, we do spend our time together. So even if we're doing different things, we're usually in the same room. But yeah, so I will be participating in that. If any of y'all are going to do it, let me know down below, and maybe we can chat. I don't know. But as for cross stitch, I think that's all I've got. Now for sewing. I've done no sewing. I did, like I said last time, I did finish cutting out the pieces to my table runner. I have not begun stitching them. I can't even tell you why. I just haven't. I haven't done any sewing. For whatever reason, it seems like every time I say, okay, I'm going to sit down at my sewing machine and I'm going to do some sewing, something happens and I end up not doing it. That's like this week. I was going to do it Tuesday. Ends up, I had to make a doctor's appointment Tuesday and go into the doctor because of the arthritis. I had to go in to the doctor so I could get a referral to orthopedics. So that ruined that. Did no sewing this week, but hopefully next week I can get some done. Maybe tomorrow I can do a little bit after I finish cleaning house, but we'll see how tired I am. Because arthritis, it sucks. Now, I did do some crocheting because in the evening, if my husband pulls out his woobles, because he's determined to be a wooble master, I'll pull out some crochet and we'll both crochet together. Because we can sit next to each other on the bed, listen to music, and crochet and chat. So, now, I don't know if I made it clear, but Snoopy is my thing. I love Snoopy. I'm all about Snoopy. It is all about the Snoopy. Well, for Christmas, my husband had gotten me the Woobles Snoopy kit. So, I have a Snoopy. I am currently working on Woodstock because Snoopy has to have his friend. They're best friends, so he has to have his little friend. So I did my Snoopy kit. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Now, I will say the Woobles kits, yeah, they're cute and all, but I don't like their yarn. I do not like this, I guess, tube yarn is what they call it. I know they have their easy peasy yarn name. I don't like it. It's not soft. I guess because of the arthritis in my hands, I can't really get the tight tension with this yarn. However, he is cute and he's Snoopy, so that's a plus. The yarn I really prefer is the chenille. I like the chenille, especially the thin chenille. It's soft. So I like that yarn. Now the next one I crocheted, and this is a little bit bigger one, and this was also from a kit. I don't remember what the kit was. Lousy Llama. That's where it's from. I made a possum. Yes, I made a possum. But he's cute. So, and my husband has the same kit. He just hasn't made his yet. So I made a possum. Now my husband, he has determined he's going to become a Wooble master. He's not there yet, although he's trying. He's working on it. He made a rat, because of course he did. He woobled up a rat. Now, when I finish a Woobles kit, I give him my excess yarn, because there's always yarn left over. He likes that yarn. He says he can't see the stitches with this yarn. So he likes the Woobles yarn. So I always give him my excess, and then I actually got him a set, and it's not the Woobles brand, but it's just a brand of tubular yarn, t-shirt knit yarn from Amazon, and it's got all different kinds of colors. So I got him that. He made an angry bird with demonic red eyes. He went digging through my safety eyes kit and found demonic red eyes to use for his angry bird. So those are what we crocheted. And like I said, I'm hoping next week I'll be able to sit down and do some sewing, but it all depends. I'm still waiting to hear from the orthopedic surgeon to see when I can get in for my arthritis. But that's it for sewing, and I haven't bought anything. I've bought nothing for sewing. Honestly, that there hasn't been anything I've needed. And even the websites where I usually get like fabric remnants at discounted prices and you know, end of bolt things, they've had nothing I wanted. My thing is, I don't use synthetic fabrics in my sewing. And a lot of that is, one, sustainability. Two, I live in the deep south, in the subtropics. It's hot, it's humid. Anything you wear on your body has to breathe, or you overheat quickly. And so natural fabrics breathe. Linen, cotton, rayon, it's wood pulp, so I kind of consider that a natural fabric. It does breathe and it is light, so I will use rayon. Even the t-shirt knit I use is 100% cotton. So I'm picky about my fabrics, but mostly out of necessity. But no one's had anything that's really stood out to me that I've wanted to get. And to be fair, I still have fabric to cut out. I have a whole stack of like half yard pieces that I have left from other projects that I want to turn into project bags because, I don't need any more project bags, but of course I have to make more project bags. Anyone who has made their own project bags understands. It's a quick, easy project that's useful. And so once you've made one, you have to make more. And especially if you can find fabric that kind of coordinates with your projects. Like my watermelon bag is going to have all my fruit series in it, okay? They coordinate. I have Halloween bags that need Halloween projects in them. Now, I don't have any Christmas bags. I only have one. So some of those half-yard cuts that I plan to make project bags out of are Christmas. So I have to make some Christmas bags. That's a must because I want to do some more Christmas projects. When we moved, as you do, we got rid of a lot of old, kind of, not really ragged, but well-worn decorations that we didn't really put up anymore, or things that were really too child-centered, since we don't have small children and we'll never have small children. So we're kind of going with a more mature decoration schemes. And by mature, I mean no cute little kitty things. Kitty as in children, not kitties as in Hecate, Jelly Bean, and Snickers, because they're just cute. But so we got rid of a bunch of our decorations, and so now I'm trying to make thoughtful choices to replace them. And I'd like to cross stitch several and possibly even sew several. And once we finish, now we did start organizing the garage. So once we finish organizing the garage and my husband can set up his scroll saw and all of his woodworking tools and my woodworking tools, then we can build some things. So that was the goal. But anyway, off on a tangent because of course ADHD brain, it's what I do. But that's it for sewing. Hopefully more sewing coming in the future. There better be, because I have all that I need to use. Okay. This year, sewing and cross stitch, I want to use what I have. I have it. I have it because it's beautiful. It's beautiful and it makes me happy. So I need to use it so that it can continue to make me happy. But anyway, onward. Gardening. I won't be doing gardening on this channel anymore. I have restarted my garden channel. It is heat stroke in the garden, right here. I will discuss my gardening there. I'm not going to put it here anymore. So that's it for gardening. Although I will say, we're still harvesting blueberries. I have made my second blueberry cheesecake. And man, it's good. And it's going straight to my ass. I gotta stop. I weigh too much. And my shorts are getting tight. So anyway, that's it for gardening. Life. Life is fine. As I said, my arthritis has been really flaring up, and I'm sure it's because I'm overdoing things. What with moving and gardening and landscaping and all of these things, I've overdone it, and I've strained all my things, all of them. Not to mention, I'm kind of afraid I may be getting bone spurs in my left foot again. It's feeling the exact same way it did before, which is why I went to the doctor for a referral to orthopedics. so that they can look for that. And also so that maybe we can get some pain management for my hands and feet for the arthritis. I also have a cyst on my finger, also caused by arthritis. Yay! Is there anything this horrid disease doesn't cause? But it's gonna have to be cut off. So I'm waiting for a referral for dermatology for that, because once you hit 50, everything falls apart because your warranty expires. That's how it works. On the upside, all my blood work is fine and I'm healthy as a horse. And if I keep eating blueberry cheesecake, I'm gonna be the size of a horse. Okay. It's just so good. Okay. I don't eat sweets. Rarely do I ever eat sweets. My husband and I may share a candy bar once in a while. I do like ice cream. Who doesn't like ice cream? Okay. Especially here in the deep south, ice cream. It's hot outside. Ice cream is amazing. But cheesecake is my kryptonite. I love it. I love it. Oh yes, I love it. But I gotta stop eating it. Otherwise, all my lab results are fine. I'm healthy. Everything's normal. Everything's fine. I'm just old. But that's okay. I earned these 55 years, okay? I worked hard for them. Now, not this weekend, but the following weekend, basically July 18th and 19th, here in Alabama, we're going to be having Plant Mania, which is a huge, supposedly, I've never been, it's a big plant convention thing. My husband and I have tickets. We're going to attend that. That will be fun. We're looking forward to it. Because, plant nerd right here. Here I am. So we're looking forward to that. Now, my daughter won't go. She couldn't care less. As long as we keep her stocked with food, she's happy by herself. She's 31. She's fine. And we're not going to be gone all day. So, and she has a cell phone. But we are going to go to that. And we're going to have a good time there. We hope. And I'm going to try to control myself, although I make no promises. I will be coming home with plants. Because otherwise, why go? We have finally had a break in the rain, although it's supposed to rain today. I'm not sure when, but it is cloudy outside, so I'm sure it's heading our way. Which means, once again, I'll have Artemis on top of me. That's all right. She loves her mama, and her mama protects her from all the thunders that come to get her. Right now she's snoring, so if you hear that in the background, it's her snoring. Now, as far as I know, that's all that's going on. I don't think there's anything else. We're just enjoying being here. I will say, obviously, being from Texas, our hearts do go out to Texas right now. Now, we were not from the hill country. We were from the Gulf Coast, and I was actually born in Dallas. But still, our hearts go out to them. They are in our thoughts. But that's all I've got going on here for life, for anything. Everything is calm. Everything is quiet. It's nice. Obviously, our kitties love the back porch. They've been on the screened porch. We can turn the ceiling fans out there for them so they don't get too hot. But otherwise, everything's fine. We're all good. I hope everyone out there is good. Again, I would like to say thank you to everyone who's been subscribing, all of my existing subscribers, all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much. Honestly, when I started this channel, I figured it would just be me talking to like 3 friends. And that's about it. So thank you. And for everyone else who's just found me, just stopped in for a minute, I have cat hair on my face. If you saw something you like, feel free to subscribe, comment. I love comments. I will always reply to your comments. I love chatting with you guys. And I will see you in my next one, which will be in 2 weeks. So until then, I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.